What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with an intraday update. I'm going to talk about something very big going on in the markets. And let me just mention, I'm not a financial planner. Take none of this as financial advice. Don't forget about the Weeple link as well. The offer ends very soon. Deposit any amount of money and you're guaranteed up to 12 free stocks. So anyways, what's happening with the markets? Something very interesting is happening, okay? In my video from yesterday, I told you guys that there's likely downside coming to the markets. And so far, we saw this head and shoulders playing out. And we came very close to where this 415 area was. I told you guys to watch 415 to 416. And SPY reached 416.22, hitting the 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame. So I was correct about that drop. And then earlier today in the morning, I talked about the debt ceiling with the House coming to vote on it. And for now, we don't really have a vote yet. It's going to take many, many hours, but we are getting some positive news involving it, and that's helping the market bounce a little bit. So I want to just inform you guys about this and why on earth it's very important to just be patient. And this is not financial advice, but secure profits. I mean, I'm personally securing all profits. I secured them down here in the 416 area on SPY puts, and you could have gotten calls right here off this like bounce from the bullish falling wedge. That's another opportunity. Right now, we have to watch resistance closer to this 50 EMA on the 1 hour time frame, and then support is around the 200 EMA. So why is the market bouncing, right? We came down pretty hard. Now we're getting rejected from here, but why did we get this small bounce? That's because of the debt ceiling and also the Fed speakers. So with the whole debt ceiling situation, President Biden came out and he said, and I quote, "We're going to deal with the debt ceiling. Things are going as planned." And he remained very optimistic. And then after that, McCarthy said very positive things about it too, about how the House will likely vote in favor of it, especially the Republicans in the House. And then the Fed's Jefferson. So the Fed speakers came out, right, very, very recently. Many of them are still speaking. He came out and he said conditions in the banking sector have stabilized and the system remains resilient. There could be tighter credit, but a pause is very possible at the next meeting. So as soon as he said the word pause, the market just jumped. It loved to hear the word pause. And then he said, a pause does not mean that the rate hikes would reach their peak, implying that there could be more rate hikes later on anyways. But for now, these things are helping the market to some degree. SPY is now at 417.9. You could look at this on many different time frames. I just want to note that on the 1 hour time frame, you're going to be watching some resistance at this 418. If it breaks above that, it could get a little bit closer to like the 420 area. That's a possibility. Just make sure you watch this resistance. For supports, right, I have the 5 EMA around this 417.5 area. Watch support at 417.5. If that breaks, you're going to be watching 417 to 416.75. There's a very, very small amount of support there. And the very strong supports at the 416 area right now where the 200 EMA is. If that fails us, then we have the mid 415s. So those are the levels to just watch for. We're likely going to remain in this range for quite a while. But for now, the market is responding very positively to the debt ceiling. And then when Congress votes, so let me just remind you guys that securing profits is very important. I'm not giving financial advice, by the way. I'm not going to hold anything overnight on my trading accounts because I don't know what's going to happen with Congress voting on the debt ceiling. There's no guarantee they're going to vote in favor of it, or if they will end up, passing it that quickly. If they do end up doing it tonight, this could have a big effect on the markets, okay? And I don't know what's going to happen immediately. That's the reason why when there's uncertainty, it's very important to manage risks accordingly. Okay, non-financial advice, by the way. As far as Tesla goes, let me just mention that it came all the way down to my target exactly 195. Trying to bounce right here, right? Trying to get a nice bounce. And it's going to be fighting, well, we have some resistance at 199 flat. Break that. 200, then 202 will come, then 203. For now, Tesla got a bounce off the 50 EMA. And we're going to be watching this resistance now as it's trying to get closer to 200. For now, it's holding up, but like I said before, we'll see what happens with this whole debt ceiling situation. Let me just remind you guys that on SPY, one of the best time frames to look at alongside Tesla would be the 30-minute time frame. We're about to get a bullish cross right here, but for confirmation, don't forget to look at the other time frames. So what I like to do is just look at the 30 minutes and then just pull up something next to it, such as the 5-minute or even the 3-minute, but specifically the 5-minute could work very well. I like to look at the 5, the 3, and the 30 simultaneously. For now, this is what I'm seeing on SPY. It's trying to hold up now. just be very careful with the news coming out, and don't forget, a big piece of news and big piece of data is coming out after the market closes. All right, and then for Tesla, just real quick, let me just switch over to Tesla. It looks like this on Tesla. 199 is going to be resistance, followed by that 200 area. On the 30 minutes, Tesla's on the verge of getting a bullish cross on the PPO. So be careful, guys. All right. Not saying we're going to fly up, not saying we're going to crash from here. We're likely just going to range trade for a bit, but pay attention to the news. The news is having a big effect on the markets. I mentioned to you guys yesterday there were many sell signals. The move technically came. We saw the big sell off for the first couple of hours, but now the market is starting to switch a bit thanks to the news. But Tesla reached my target of 195. SPY came very close to my 415 to 416 target. QQQ came very close to my 345 target. It actually bounced off 346. Very, very close. But like I said before, watch the 30 minutes, the 5 minute, the 3 minute, and a bunch of different time frames, and get ready. The news is going to be very impactful. I'm not releasing another video until after the market closes, by the way. That's why I'm releasing this as soon as possible. So stay calm, cool, and collected, and do what you have to do. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you all so much for listening. Market to the moon. Long term is very, very bright. And peace out.